Hello fellow gamers, I'm Duke Blitzein, and this video is a showcasing video of my HeroQuest Mythic Tier plus Commander of the Guardian Knights. Okay, so here we go. Here is the mod, and here we are on the player's side. Here in HeroQuest, play goes clockwise, so generally the Barbarian goes first. So we have the Barbarian over here, and his base is colored orange. And if you're a player and you choose the orange, puts you right at the Barbarian, right there. So we have character sheet and his character card. You can flip this over, and you have his starting weapon. I've played a lot, and I have a lot of experience with playing the game. And these are my rules regarding starting weapons. So in this mod, these rules are set. They're the default rules. So, the broadsword, starting weapon of the barbarian. This broadsword counts as a starting weapon. It's lost when its hero dies, cannot be passed to other heroes, cannot be sold to the armory, cannot be dropped. Okay, and then we have the dwarf over here. He has a yellow base. The bases on these figures can be changed to whatever color you want. See, it's yellow. You can change color, and so if you change the player color to yellow, it puts you at the dwarf, and it goes the same for the elf and the wizard, the other characters. You have green and blue. So we change the colors, and we're right at where the character is. Okay, but we'll go back to the white color for now. That is the game host color. Okay, so we have. I'll start over here on the left. We have the armory here, and then we have all the items from HeroQuest 2020 that can now be purchased in the armory section. And I modified the plate mail to indicate that does not restrict the movement of a knight. And I have some 3D weapons as hidden here. So here's a 3D rapier. I mean, if you have some space here for the cards, but if you're finding that they're taking up too much, you don't have enough space, the 3D files, you can use these 3D files. So there's a 3D spear here, 3D rapier, a 3D axe. I have an equipment utility bag here with all kinds of stuff. If you need to, you can just press place here to set everything up. They'll all appear over here. So I think, yes. So here we go. So here we have the 3D weapons with all the information about them. So here's a long sword and the crossbow, whereas the 3D weapons here are empty. So, I've got a 3D short sword and a 3D long sword and 3D spear and rapier and hand axe here. So we can go back to this utility bag and press recall, and all those items will go back. I have the rulebook here. So here's all the characters here. They have two states each. The second state is just their weapon pack. If they die or turn into a werewolf. So if I change the state to 2, there's he's dead and his gear is on the floor, or he's turned into a werewolf. Here's the board here. We have the combat dice from the 1989 HeroQuest. They're very square. Okay, over here we have the spells from the 2020 HeroQuest and the cards for the treasure cards and the artifacts and the dread spells. I personally prefer the monster backings for the 1989 HeroQuest, so that's why I have these. And then so this is HeroQuest plus Mythic Tier. So I have here, and the Commander of the Guardian Knights. So I have here the Orc Bard, the Warlock, and the Druid, and they're cards. So these are locked, but we can unlock them and move them around. These are fully 3D models. You can spin them around, and the cards are here. And I made the weapons too. I don't know. Let's drag them over here. Okay, so we got the skills and spells, and the starting weapon. This is like upside down. Let's flip this there. Okay, so say the heroes want to play one of these characters instead, then you could just you can just change the state of this. I don't know. Say the orange player wants to play. They can be. It's just they can be like a knight or a barbarian. Uh, then over the second player, they can choose barbarian, dwarf, commander of the guardian knights, or elf, or orc bard. Okay, so let's go back to the cards are all here. These are the the orc bard spells, lullaby, inspiring tale, and healing song. Let's put those back. I had him over here. And there's his starting weapon. Okay. So he's just got two states. Again, he's a weapon pack. It's just there. So he dies. His gear's on the floor. Okay. Okay, so let's put him back. Okay, so that's the Orc Bard. And then we have the Druid here. Now, there's three states for the Druid because the Druid can turn into like a bear. So if we look, I'll show you what I mean. So with her spells, there's Shapeshift. This is what turns her into a bear. So while she's a bear, you can change her state too, and she becomes this bear. And this is the bear from that came with Tabletop Simulator. It actually has animations. So when you move it, it animates. When you and it can also stand on its hind legs. It's got attack. You can it's got attack animations. It can bite or claw, and then if she dies and she's in bear form, you could click die. She's dead. So that's the states for the third state again is the weapon pack. So ta-da. So that's the Druid. I don't know, stick her here, flip those over, put her back. Okay, so we have the Warlock, and she, like the Druid, can transform. I'll show you. There's her wand. She has Spear spell, Dark Wings. Dark Wings is a spell that she transforms. So for when she has Dark Wings, you can change her to state 2, and now she's like hovering because she's flying and she's got the wings. So that's pretty cool. And then state 3, she's dead or she's turned into a werewolf. Let's put this all back. Okay, and I have the commander of the guardian knights. I have the female and the male. These are full 3D files. 2 states each. Their skill cards are here. What's this? They're all here. And then their character cards for all of them are here. Female, knight, warlock, bard, druid. I've put a snap points for everything. For each of these containers, there's a snap point. So you just get the card in the right area. And see, like I get it close, and it just snaps into place. Okay, there's some hero combat cards that this mod was based on the foundation of another mod. These came with it, and they're fun. now okay, so that's the player's side. Over here we have the evil sorcerer player's side. You see this white cube is a hidden zone. So white is the mm. So if I go change color to the player, you can see that the player cannot see what's in this hidden zone. So I'm gonna go now. Black is the color of the game master, and what's white? Just the game host, I guess. Okay, that's what I was trying to think of saying earlier. Okay, so if we go to I'm gonna go to the game host color, and so we can see the evil sorcerer player side here. So I spent a lot of time making this mod, and we have different physics. So here we have a snow physic. Uh, you can use this in a lot with like the Frozen Horror expansion. There's a lot of ice and snow themed spells. If you cast any ice or snow themed spells, you could make it snow by changing the state. So now you can see it snows lightly. It's just a light snow. If the hero casts Tempest, you can turn on the fog. So Tempest is one of the air spells, I believe. Okay. So you see there's a fog now. It appears between the table and the wall. But if we zoom in, the fog won't obscure the board. So you can use the fog physics when a player casts Tempest. Swift Wind, we have a fan here. There's nothing that really animates when the fan is on. But I do have some snow, but it's not in this mod yet. Okay. All right. So let me, and the rain. We can turn on the rain. So then now it's raining. If the player casts any of the water spells, which are here, you can animate the rain for a turn. And after a turn, you can turn off the rain. Okay. So those are the physics. There's two other. There's a steam physics here, and there's a rolling fog physics. Okay, so there are different denominations of coins. So pennies, copper pennies, silver shillings, and gold crowns. You can give these to players when they find gold. So I have all the gold from all the treasure cards. So you can here. So if so, this is like 5 copper pennies and 2 silver shillings. So you just like click, select everything, copy, and then paste, and then hand that to the players when they find like 25 gold coins. Okay, let's just delete all this here, clean it up. I have character sheets here. Let's unlock this. So I have character sheets. I have characters from myself. So I've played when I was a kid. My father played uh, the the core game quests. He Return of the Witch Lord, Keller's Keep, the Frozen Horror expansion, and Maids of the Mirror. So my characters have a lot of gear. So this is my character sheet, and and Duke Blitzein, he's a knight, and there's my logo. So if I move this here, I press place. Actually, I should maybe move it here. And I press place. There's 49 objects in here, but when I press place, everything's going to get set up. So as you can see, my characters have a lot of stuff. And I press recall, everything goes back. And so if you want to play with my character's gear, you can. It's in the mod. You'll find it in this master character sheet utility bag here. There's also some other character sheets. This is just a blank character utility bag. And then I have, these are a group of characters who have completed the core game and Keller's Keep. And then this is a group of characters who have completed the core game quests. So let's close this. So this is 4 pages. They got the dwarf, and we got the barbarian, the wizard, and Elwick. So, and then these are the characters who have saved the emperor or the king in HeroQuest 2020. So they're quite rich because the king's ward is quite abundant. Okay, so let's put these back into the master character sheet utility bag. Okay, let's go over to where the potions are stored. So if we press place, all the potions will get set up. So I have potions, every kind of potion here, and a 3D file for each of them. So with each file having the card's information. Like again, so if you're finding the cards are taking up too much space and you want something smaller, you could just use the 3D files. I've tried to make the colors match what the descriptions are, so the potion of strength, so this is supposed to be purple, believe it or not, and so that's the purple color. See, I tried to keep them all the colors that the card describes them as. So let's recall the potions. This is just to recall and set up the board. This is here in case you want to play modularly. So if you press recall, the board goes in there. And press place, it goes back. But I have this removed so that an option for you to remove that, because I have modular rooms and hallways here. So we search this. We have all the rooms as separate files and all the hallways. So if we press place, all the modular rooms are set up in the default board layout, but they're all modular. See, I can move. You can set these up the way you want. Okay, so, and then you can set them up the way you want, and then you could go here, press setup, press reset, and you could figure it the way you want. Oh no. It's too busy. Crappity crap. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we want the board back the way it was. So we press recall. There, all the modular pieces are gone back into the bag. and then we put this board back by pressing place. I believe if this board is out and we place the board, the modular rooms and hallways, they all appear on top of it. So if, I don't know, if you wanted to do it, use both, you could. Now I have a Fog of War setup, so I press. They're all in this bag. So if I press place, all the Fog of Wars go on the board. So now each of these rooms and each of these squares is is fogged, shall we say. So to see what's in them, you need to be the game master. So if we take like these cards and put them in there, see, when you move them into the Fog of War, you can't see them. Okay, but you can see them in this case, but if we press recall and then place, you shouldn't be able to see them. You can't see them because they're hidden. So as the game host, you want to be game master. Change your color to black. Now you can see everything in the Fog of War, and you can see the cards there. So say the heroes start in this room. You go to. I have instructions on how to use the Fog of War. They're here. So press F3 5 times to select the Fog of War icon. So I'm going to press F3, or you could just go here. It's here. But let's just follow the instructions. F3, F3. Okay, that this brings us to Fog of War. There. Now we can select each of the fogs and delete them accordingly. So let's say the players are starting here. We can delete that and put them there. So let's put the elf here to be our control. So now let's switch over to the let's say the green player. So let's switch over to the green player. Green. Oh, okay. So you can still see the elf, but if we change the color back to black, if we refresh the fog, the green player won't see their elf because it's in the fog. See? So the Fog of War works. I also have some Hitboard. There's a mod someone made called Barkeep, and it allows you to have hit point bars above the characters. So this is a bit. So see, this is the hit point bar, and the dwarf is 7 out of 7. Okay, so you want to highlight it so you get the circle, and then right click, and then you can select these different +1 or -5, and so on and so forth. So he's like -2. Okay, so that's how those work. Let's go back to the game master. Okay, so I showed you Fog of War. There are some heroes here with the HeroQuest 1989 box cover poses. These were made by JJ SCH. I thought they're really nice, and I've included them in here. Okay, so let's talk about the lighting. There's a lot of candles everywhere. You see all these candles with an animated flame? All these candles were painstakingly added by Ezra Richards, and they made great ambience. This animated campfire, but Ezra Richards' lighting mod uh, starts with it really dark, so you can really see the lighting in the candles. So if I go to my save and I bring out the lightsaber, this lightsaber was made by Mr. Stump, and I've added 2 settings to it, day and night. So I've changed it over to night. So now you can see how the candles are bringing out the light, and the campfire and the lighting just makes incredibly appealing ambience. And the wizard here, Ezra Wizard, gave him a torch. He's got a fire going. You move him around, see, he casts a light. So this is I made a lot of use of the lighting in the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness uh, expansion. So that's how you can use the light. We can go back here, press day to get our light back, because it can be tough on the eyes to see, read cards, see stuff. Okay, so that's why there's candles everywhere. Uh, it, okay, all right. So this is let's, I don't know where to put that, over here. Okay, I have just fire damage token. Uh, Back in the day when I played Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, I learned that trolls can regenerate, but they can't regenerate fire damage. So I made a fire damage token. Uh, so if you have trolls in your game and they regenerate, and you want to use that game mechanic, there you go. There's some fire damage tokens, and I got a poison damage token. When I played with Ezra Richard, uh, poison damage cannot be healed until the end of the quest. So that was a neat mechanic. Okay, so this mod is, as I said, it's Mythic Tiers. So here I have the Mythic Tier utility bag, and press place to set it all up. Give it a second. Okay, so some stuff that got set up are the character cards for the heroes, and the 3 quest books, the Prophecy of Telor. Let's recall the fog. Okay, so the Prophecy of Telor quest book. So this is a PDF. You can, if you flip it over, you're just seeing the front and back. But there's 18 pages, and you can select the page you want by going to State and going to the number. Let's see. Okay, what? State 2? And flip it over. There we go. You can also press page up and page down on your keyboard to scroll through the different. I don't want to spoil it, so go back there. So that's how they work. And then the other quest book is Spirit Queen's Torment, and the third quest, Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. Okay, let's see. So we have all the cards from the Mythic tier. We got these are them there. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to spoil it. Okay, but these cards here have the 1989 artifact backing, but I do have them over here with the 2020 backings. Uh, let's move this out of the way. So if I right-click this, hold on. If I right-click this, flip it over, and press spread. I'll spread them all out. Okay, so okay, so there's, see, you can see this is a Mythic tier card, and there's the 2020 artifact backing. So you have the choice of, which ones you want to use. Okay. All right. What else? Okay. So there's 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐋 has made all the stands for all the Mythic Tier content. So we got the female barbarian, dwarf, but these are not fully 3D. And then you have your iron and your wooden exit door and iron exit or entrance door. And also your bone tiles and this tile, which is used for Snow Dasher, and this grate. I don't know, that doesn't have a use yet. And this like stairway tile. That these came in the punch out with it. Okay. Okay. So all the 3D pieces regarding the Mythic Tier appear over here. So you've seen the Orc Bard and the Druid uh, and the Warlock, but over here is where the Dragon is. Venim, so he's locked to the board. So you can just press L to unlock him. So he's a full 3D file. This one just has the one state, but we spin him around and get a good look at him. He's used in the Perpetual Darkness. Okay, I don't have a Mythic Tier Gargoyle. This is as close as I could get. uh, um, I I've just found a lot of proxies for a lot of the Mythic Tier stuff. Uh, uh, you'll have to probably search this stuff in your own time. But I did find some good proxies for the Mythic Tier abominations, so it's worth pointing out these here. And someone made these 3D full 3D goblins, and they're very close to the Mythic Tier goblins. I found some pretty good proxies for Mentor. So there's 6 states for this piece. So I'll explain what's going on. I have an arrow to show which direction he's facing. Generally, what direction you're facing doesn't matter in HeroQuest. I mean, but if you have game mechanics that require it, the arrow shows he's facing this way. Okay, so this piece I found a pretty good proxy, and it was called King's Wizard. So let's change the state to. Oh, he fell through the board. Get over here. So this is the proxy for Mentor. I think he's really neat. He's like a wizard cartographer. He's got like or scroll bearer. He's got a spell book. He's got a pipe. He's got a potion. He's got all these scrolls in his backpack. And my phone is ringing. Okay, I'm back. So there's a few. So I thought this was a good proxy for Mentor or the wizard. There's a few other states. This is the old fully 3D and colored paint of the Mentor from HeroQuest 1989. What else? I thought this was a good proxy for Mentor. Unfortunately, there's no color, but it's pretty cool. He's got a staff in this one. What else? Okay, let's go to state 5. Oh, this is just 𝐓𝐈𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿's stand, and then 6. Okay, not painted, but just red. So you have a variety to choose from. Okay, we'll just leave them there. That's I found this cool shade-like character. I thought it'd be great to represent any of the dread sorceress. I've also found this. It really is like a zombie, like walking on the bottom of the ocean, but it's really only female zombie proxy that I could find. And I thought this is like a zombie Hulk. It's like a barbarian zombie. I thought this was pretty cool. Uh, I have put together this guy, for Mythic Tier Orc. It has That's it. And I've made some custom characters. An Orc Archer. This is the piece here, and the card is over here. And I've made the stats and a card for a Banshee, which I found for the Mythic Tier Mummy. So this has a mummy symbol on it. And here is the piece for the Banshee. Okay, so that's about all the Mythic Tier stuff. So let's pack it up and put it all away. So we press recall, and everything's back in. Okay. The Commander of the Guard Knights is also here if you need the pieces. I don't know, say you accidentally deleted these pieces over here, then you can pull them out of here. I've added the flavor text from the letter from Mentor in the description of this box, and I made this box double-sided, so if we flip it over, you can read this flavor text. So it's all there. Okay. I have made 3D. I have made 3D quests, all the quests for the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness mod. Each quest as a mod, and I've put it all the contents from each of those quests is all in here, and the locations of them are on cards here. So if we press place, okay. So all the quests and my mods. So if you want to play Quest 1 from the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness, there is the URL for it. It's called the Rat and Camp Tavern. But here's all the cards and game pieces and stuff for the entire expansion. We got Kedrick Gilbane. We have Venim. I got the Minotaur skeleton. And I believe that concludes everything that is particular to this mod. And I'm Blitzein, and I hope you enjoy this mod.